Good evening, everybody. I'm so excited that you're spending 20 to 25 minutes out of your evening to take a look at Isagenix with me. My name is Chelsea. I have been using the Isagenix product line for 8 years now, and I swear every single year I get more and more excited about these products and what they've done for my body. And every single time they come up with a new product, I rush to get it because I know the quality that Isagenix provides. And tonight we're doing a product overview. And so if you're on this call tonight, it's because you're taking a look at the Isagenix product line, whether you're here because you're looking for a way to lose weight, to gain lean muscle, to maybe just increase your energy. Maybe you've been struggling with not wanting to wake up in the mornings and not having, having that crash midday and falling asleep early at night. Maybe it's just simply that you're struggling with some health issues. Maybe a lot of people come to us because of different types of inflammation in their body that's coming through in different types of ways. And usually, when you go to a product presentation, there's going to be a slideshow and they're going to run through what the products are and how they can help you. But tonight I wanted to do something just a little bit different. Instead of that, what I wanted to do tonight is I wanted to share with you truly the story of Isagenix. I wanted to share with you what it is that created Isagenix and why I get so excited to stand behind Isagenix, not only for myself, but also to share it with other people. So Isagenix was started over 18 years ago by a man named John Anderson. John Anderson was nicknamed the Mineral Man because he had formulated so many products in his lifetime, and he had the largest botanical garden in the world. So understand this is that this man has gone through a lifetime of formulations. He had produced over 2,300 products in his lifetime before starting the Isagenix company. And he had gotten to a point in his career where he was so sick and tired of being hired by companies to come on board so that he could formulate a fabulous product that would then have the company look at it and say, okay, how can we make it cheaper? How can we make the revenue higher? What can we trade in and out, put the synthetic version in? And so he knew that he wanted to start his own company, that he wanted to put his flag in the ground and have a company that truly stood for the customer and was based upon a no compromise policy. And this is the foundation of how Isagenix got started. You'll see a lot of companies out there, whether it's other network marketing companies or it's through GNC or other supplementation, that they're not typically started by formulators. And never mind a formulator who's had decades of experience in the industry. Usually companies get started because they're seen to be profitable. And especially within the supplementation industry where there's no regulation, there's no need to have high quality products because good marketing can sell. Okay. And so when it came to creating Isagenix, the reason why I feel so confident no matter what is put onto the product line through our company is because I know that we stand for a no compromise policy, that we have the most innovative products in the world. So not that we just stopped at having what a lot of people would call a me too product, which means that it's just a product that you could, is interchangeable. You could get it at GNC, you could buy it online, but it's an innovative product. Isagenix sees the only competition being the disease and the decline in health in our world. Our only competition is having a peace and making our world a healthier place to live in. Because if you're paying attention at all, you know that the world has had a crisis going on around health. We have disease going through the roof. Diseases like cancer, autoimmune, diabetes, obesity, all of these things are skyrocketing right now. And our world is getting sicker and sicker every single day. And there needs to be solutions put in place to take care of ourselves. And so when John Anderson decided to start Isagenix, he knew he wanted to create a product that had a no compromise policy. And that is a foundation for which everything Isagenix is built off of. But on top of that, the way that he formulated the starter system, which is our rebalancing program. And if you're on this call today and you're looking for a way to get started with Isagenix, it's because you are going to be getting started with a rebalancing program. You're going to rebalance your body and you're going to feel more incredible than you've ever felt in your life. And in a little bit, I'm going to share with you my story with my first rebalancing system. But what had happened with John Anderson is that he actually was in his gardening and had got bit by a brown recluse spider. And the infection in the wound had actually done serious damage to his leg, and he was in the hospital. He was on the highest level of antibiotics possible, and it still wasn't clearing up the site wound. And so they were talking about amputating his leg. And so here's this man who has spent his career with working with herbs and botanicals and adaptogens in Eastern medicine. And he was now relying on Western medicine to keep himself alive. And at that point, he said, you know what, before I go and amputate my leg, why don't I go and see if I can heal myself through what I know to be best. And so he went out and he took everything he knew that had a drawing property, all the plants that he knew that had a drawing property to help pull toxicity out of the body. And he basically threw it in the kitchen sink. And that has become what's called our Cleanse for Life. It has 72 plus botanicals and herbs in it. Then he threw in the kitchen sink everything he knew to have additive products. Additives that was going to help build his immune system, was going to help his body deal with the stresses that he was under. And that's known as our Ionic Supreme with 172 adaptogenic herbs and botanicals. And he needed a food source, and he created our Isoline Shake. And what this man did was he took these products for himself, and he actually cleared up the site wound. What the top antibiotics in the world couldn't do, he was able to do through Eastern medicine. He cleared up his site wound, and as a byproduct, not only did he get healthy, save his leg, but as a byproduct, he went from being a pre-diabetic to actually regulating out his sugar levels. And he knew in that moment and accidentally dropped a ton of weight and was like, whoa, that wasn't even the purpose for what I was doing. And after doing this, he said, you know what? I have gold here, and I'm not going to give it to anybody else to mess with it. I'm going to bring this because this is going to change the world. And so what's really important to understand here, guys, is that Isagenix is just food. It's all natural food that comes from our earth. I like to say it's Eastern medicine put into Western packaging. But at its foundation, it's not a miracle. See, your body is the miracle. Your body is literally able to repair itself. If you fall and get a cut, it can heal. That is the miracle of your body. But unfortunately, your body has been put into the wrong environment for so long that it's unable to provide itself with what it needs to function the way that it's supposed to. And so many of us are growing up learning that, oh, it's just normal to gain weight as you age. Oh, it's just normal to not feel well. Oh, it's just normal to be exhausted. And we've created a new normal based on our environment that has destroyed this incredible miracle that our bodies are. And even those of us who are eating extremely healthy are still suffering. And there's 3 reasons why. And this is what Isagenix targets. Number 1, we have massive malnutrition in this country, if not globally. Our world is overfed and undernourished. We eat more calories than we need to, and we have less nutrients in those calories. You've ever heard of empty calories? That's what I'm describing. If you eat a pizza, you're having a ton of calories and they're empty because they don't actually have nutrition in them. Isagenix is the opposite of empty calories. This is nutritional density. This is having a few amount of calories with a ton of nutritional density in it. And what was going on in our world is that, one, we live in a mainly man-made world at this point. And when you go through the grocery store, 90% of it is actually not real food at this point. But even if you were eating healthy, even if you were avoiding all of the bad stuff, which I'm going to be honest, I don't do. And I'll share my story, like I said, in a second. I don't avoid all the bad stuff because I'm a human. But even if you were, unfortunately, our food, our vegetables, our fruits, they're being grown on lands that soil has been completely depleted because we've over farmed it. And the nutritional value of our produce comes from our soil. And we've just completely destroyed our soil by trying to make more profit off of it. Instead of putting one, vegetable on a plot of land, we're putting 100 vegetables on a plot of land. And so in order to get the nutritional value from your vegetables or your fruit or from your food, you would have to eat 10 times, 100 times the amount. Like, think about this. You think you're doing something good for your body because you grabbed an apple. And what if I was to tell you the nutritional value of that apple is like 1/50th of what it used to be for your grandparents? You would have to eat 50 apples in order to get the nutritional value that you're trying to get out of it, because the actual nutritional value of it has been depleted. So we are severely undernourished and overfed. That's problem number one. Problem number two is we live in an extremely toxic world. One day in our world has the same toxic exposure that our grandparents had in their entire lifetime. Infants are being born with hundreds of toxic chemicals in their umbilical cord. So literally at birth, you have toxicity before you're even coming out of the womb. And this isn't just the food. So yes, there are the fake sugars and the color dyes and the GMOs and the pesticides and the herbicides and all of that's going into our food. But then it's even more that you're not thinking about. It's the pollution in the oxygen you're breathing. It's the pollution in the water that you're drinking. It's the fabric softener you just used on your clothes. It's the bug spray you just put on this summer, or the sunscreen, or the makeup, or the shampoo and the conditioner, or the deodorant, the perfume. And 80%, that statistic is, I'm not going to say is 100% correct. It's somewhere around 80% that you put on your skin is being absorbed into your bloodstream. It's somewhere in that range. And so what's happening is that we are an extremely toxic world, and that toxicity has nowhere to go. See, our kidney and our liver, they were formulated, they were created in our body, whether by God, the universe, or who knows, what, they're put in our body to detoxify. There's a reason you go to the bathroom. It's because your body, when you consume food and drinks, it says, okay, this is what I need to survive, and this is the excess that I don't need. And this waste can be removed. Well, when you're inundating your body with so much toxicity, and your liver and your kidneys, they're just God-given. They're not human-made. They can't deal with the level of exposure to toxicity. So what ends up happening is it's getting stored in the body. And where is it getting stored? In your fat cells. And so your fat cells, which, by the way, at the age of 12 years old, you have as many fat cells as you need, are now growing. And what I like to explain in layman's term, because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm just someone who got self-educated, is that think of your fat cells as little bubbles protecting your organs. There's a reason why people carry weight around their stomach. All your vital organs are in your stomach. And your fat cells are expanding so that toxicity can be inside of it. And it's literally like forming bubbles around these toxicities. And you can work out as much as you want. You can eat as healthy as you want. If you don't eliminate the toxicity, you're never going to lose that belly fat, that inflammation. Why? Because it would damage your organs. Your body is never going to say, okay, Chelsea, I understand you want to be skinny this summer, so we'll just damage the organs for a couple of months just so you can look good. Your body is the smartest thing that has ever been created. It is a miracle, and it is protecting you. And so when women and men go on diets where they increase their exercise and they decrease their food, what are the two biggest problems that are happening? Number one, you just went from malnourished to extremely malnourished. So now you're getting even less nutrition. Number two, you didn't address toxicity whatsoever. In fact, most of us are choosing more toxic options, sugar-free, but we have a substitute for that. Fat-free, but we have a substitute for that. And you're putting more toxicity into your body, and you're actually working against your body. This is why you get hangry. This is why you feel awful on diets. And this is why the average person gains 8 pounds for every single diet they go on, and why the rebound is so bad, and why it deteriorates their metabolism. Because when they go on a diet, you do all the things that work against your body. And then the second you start eating like normal again, they're like, oh my God, you stopped starving us. I don't know when this crazy person's going to do this again. Store. So Isagenix says, we're not going to do that. We're going to fuel our body correctly with the deep nutrition that it craves. And we're going to actually address toxicity like our formulator did when he was trying to save his foot and his leg and pull the toxicity out with our cleanse drink. And this is not a colon cleanse. This is a deep cellular, the world's only deep cellular nutritional cleanse. It's actually taking your fat cells, pulling the toxicity out of them and allowing them to shrink back down to normal size. And you pee that out. And then the third biggest thing, it's the number one killer in the world today, stress. Stress causes more deaths than anything else, but we just put a different label on it. We call it something else. People don't say, oh, he died by stress. He died by a heart attack. He died by diabetes. He died by this autoimmune. But stress is what leads to that, because stress, one, it ages you. Two, it weakens your immune system. And as you are stressed, one, what stress is on the body, your body doesn't know the difference between being stressed out because they're about to put us back in lockdown, or stressed out because a bear is chasing you. Same difference to the body. Stressed out because you're financially not sure how you're going to make ends meet because you've been, laid off from your job for a few months with COVID going on, or stressed out because a bear is trying to literally kill you. That is the same in the body. And your cortisol levels go up. And when your cortisol levels go up, you go into fight or flight mode. Your nervous system's on end. And what happens is it formulates in your body in so many different ways. Some people feel anxious. Some people feel stressed. Some people get lethargic, have depression. It formulates in your body in so many different ways. But what it's happening is your entire nervous system is affected. And the stress is aging you. And it's lowering your immune system. And it's stopping you from ever being able to lose weight if that's your goal. And another way that you put stress on your body, if you're an athlete on this call, is working out. It's a good stress, but it's still stress on your body. If you're an extreme athlete and you work out a lot, you need to be finding a way to naturally deal with stress. And so Isagenix has solutions for all of these things. One, they have an incredible meal replacement that's going to flood your body with more nutrition than you've ever experienced. And you're going to feel so nourished when you drink these shakes. And it's not like a typical shake that's on the market. This isn't some protein shake that's a post-workout 100-calorie, blueberry flavored thing. This is medical grade, highest quality you can put in your body, considered a perfect meal. All of your macronutrients, yes, but your micronutrients and your live enzymes, these are live food when activated with water. This is your pro and prebiotics that are fortified in here. And so when you eat it, you're not just filling your belly, you're filling your organs and your brain and your muscles. And you're going to start feeling yourself after a couple of days, one, craving it because your body's like, oh my goodness, nutrition, give me more of that. But also, you're going to start having more energy slowly. And you're going to start feeling a little bit better and feeling a little bit stronger. And then noticing that some lean muscles coming through because you're actually absorbing this nutrition, because it's so much less toxicity and so much more actual absorbable nutrition that you're absorbing it. Where when you eat regular food, you're not absorbing a whole lot of it. And that's just part of the waste that's being excreted. Then you're going to address the toxicity through our cleanse days and our cleanse for life that I was talking about. And you're going to abstain from eating whole foods for either 24 or 48 hours. And you're going to drink our cleanse juice, and it's going to pull that toxicity out of your body, out of the fat cells. You're going to pee it out. You're going to go through a little bit of a detoxing symptom, but you're going to literally feel like you are a new person after this. You are going to have what I like to say is like the ISA glow. And guys, you have to think about this. Not just only is weight gain a side effect of toxicity, but brain fog, not sleeping well at night, having low energy, all of these side effects, dull skin, your hair not growing. There's a reason your body's not operating right. If you look in the mirror and you say to yourself, something doesn't seem in alignment with how I should feel, it's probably due to a lack of nutrition, toxicity overload, or stress. And then finally, we address stress through our adaptogens. that Ionic Supreme that I was describing at the beginning that he was drinking, of 170 plus botanicals and adaptogenic herbs. And what they do is they flood the body with adaptogens, which are plants that can grow in really extreme environments, and they help your body adapt. So whether you are extremely exhausted, I've had a woman who came to me who literally, she was at such levels of extreme fatigue, her doctor was just prescribing her Adderall to stay awake. And this literally helped her get off caffeine. To somebody who might be on the other end, which was more like me, was super high strung. My brain worked a million miles an hour. I couldn't relax for the life of me, couldn't fall asleep at night, was able to calm myself and come back down into the balance. And so it adapts with the body. It works with you and how you need it to work. And so with this compilation of these 3 incredible products, they set you up for success to rebalance the body. And Isagenix is truly a transformation program, but it's also a lifestyle program. And how we set you up is we allow you 30, 60, 90, however it longs for you to transform your body depending on where you're starting from. For me, it took 6 weeks to get back to a healthy place, but I was also starting very young. I was 18 when I started the products. For some of you, it might be 60 days, 90 days. I had a woman, it took her a year, but she lost 75 pounds. And once she did that, she could move into lifestyle. The lifestyle of it is learning how to use these products to address the issues that are not going to go away anytime soon, but implement it into your life so that you can still enjoy the pizza and have the drink and go out with your friends and enjoy your life, but stay healthy, because Isagenix is my nutrition. Food is for fun for me, because I know it's not going to give me the nutrition that I need, even when I'm eating healthy. And so Isagenix has over, goodness, we were at 70 plus products, but we released 15 or 20 new products this week. And what I said at the beginning of this call, the reason why I love Isagenix is that I know that I have a company that has a no compromise policy, and no matter what they bring out, it's going to be the highest quality product for me. It's going to be the most innovative product on the market. And I can trust that because I know where this company's values and morals are. And I can't say that for everything else that I buy. And so outside of our nutritional program, we have a sports line, you know, we have snack options, we have skincare line, we have expanded into a whole plant-based line, and we have all these other things that you can utilize when you know that you have something that has such core, you know, values behind it. You feel safe purchasing from it. So I hope that you got educated tonight. I hope that you heard something that excited you, that made you think to yourself, all right, maybe I need to try this Isagenix thing. Maybe it's not what I thought it was. Maybe it's not just this shake thing or this cleanse thing or this detox thing, but maybe there's some real hardcore science behind this, which there is. There's 7 published scientific journals that confirm everything I just shared with you today. So I hope you got some information. And if you are excited about what you heard, get back to the person who got you onto this call and reach out to them, and who knows, maybe it could work for you. And it's a 30-day money back guarantee. So if everything I just described to you isn't how you feel 30 days from now, no harm, no foul. Have a great evening, everyone.